Hey YouTube, we're back with this second generation 2008 Cadillac CTS, and what I have today for you is what I hope is going to be a very quick, simple fix-it video. My wife has reported that the driver's side windshield washer sprayer has stopped functioning. So we're going to tear into it and see. I'm hoping to find something like just a loose fitting somewhere, and let's see what we can figure out. So both of the windshield washer sprayers are fed by this one tube on the passenger side of the hood. So where we're going to start off with, and where I'm hoping we'll find the problem, is in the hood, and that's under this this liner here. So let's go ahead and remove the liner. Now the hood is actually held in place by, I believe, about 11 of these little push clips here, and let's go ahead and pop those off. While it's tempting to just remove a few and reach in there and poke around, I'm going to go ahead and remove them all so that we don't damage this liner. All right, it looks like we got lucky here. I'm seeing a quick fix in our future. Looks like the driver's side hose has popped loose from the washer itself. And just for reference, you can see how this is routed. Comes up on the passenger side hinge like we mentioned before, and it hits the passenger side sprayer first, and then should come over here to the driver's side one. So hopefully it's just a matter of snapping it back on. Well, further investigation shows that it is actually broken. It's snapped off right there, and I can see the rest of it stuck down inside of this little rubber piece. Yep, there's little pieces down in there, and it is very brittle. So looks like we're going to have to replace the sprayer. I went ahead and cleaned all those broken pieces out of there, and yeah, there's really not enough. Oh, and the other side just broke. It looks like they broke in the same way, so just that little bit of moving that around, it snapped off too. Which I noticed the spray coming out of that one wasn't very strong, so I'm betting it was leaking out that side too. So here's a closer view of the sprayer head itself. So those are two little plastic tabs that you've got to squeeze in and push it out of the hood. And as you can see, you had to rotate it to get it out, and you can see how this is just snapped off. So the question is, can I get something like this at the local auto parts store, or is this something I'll have to order online, or a dealer item? All right, so here we are about a week later. I checked locally, and they had some of these washer nozzles in the help aisle, but all the ones locally, the outlet or the inlet or whatever you want to call it, instead of being at a right angle like it is on the OEM ones, it was shooting off the back. So I just went ahead and ordered the OEM ones off of eBay, and they were only a few dollars more a piece than the generic ones anyway. So we've got those, and they're all sealed from GM here, and I'll put part numbers in the listing for you. And you can see now what they're supposed to look like. Here's the broken one, where the little nozzle has broken free, and the brand new one. So let's go ahead and get these installed. Now remember, we do have to start the wrong direction to get it in. So we're going to feed it like that, and then twist it, and then pop it in just like that. Now these are designed in such a way that you could conceivably put them on backwards, so just make sure when you go in at an angle like this that you twist it back towards the windshield, obviously. Now we're almost ready to reinstall the hoses, but if you'll recall, some of the nozzle had broken off inside of this adapter here, and I was kind of digging it out with a little pick last week, but I discovered that an easier way to really clean it out is to just get a drill bit that's slightly smaller than the hole here. This is a 13/64 drill bit, and so I just kind of worked it in here, and that's just the right size to dig out all of the crud without hurting this piece of rubber here. So I've already done that one. Let me do the other one. All right, so we're ready to reinstall the hoses, and you know why it's important that we have one at a right angle is, one, if the nozzle was pointing right out, then it would, the cover, the hood liner wouldn't fit on properly. And two, these are already molded to fit. I think it will be a pretty tight fit to get these to fit any other way. So they're already designed with that in mind. That fit right on there, nice and snug. And there's the other one, just like it was from the factory. All right, so before we button this up, I'm gonna test it. And I was noticing the one that was still working was rather weak. So I'm hopeful that was because most of the water was actually leaking out of the hose, and that with these new nozzles that all the water will be directed where it's supposed to go. So let's fire it up and check it out. Oh yeah, that is a whole lot better. Not only are both of them working now, but we're getting way better coverage. Yeah, that's definitely working a lot better. I mean, I think before, I'll have to go back and review the footage, but I think it was barely making, the one that was working was barely making it halfway up the windshield. And now not only is it covering the whole windshield, but it's spraying over half the car here. So, so much for the car being nice and clean. But yeah, there's mist. I don't know if you can tell, but there's mist halfway back on the top of the vehicle. And everything under here with the hoses looks nice and dry. I think that's why the remaining one was so weak, is that because the nozzle there was damaged, it was just, most of the water was just dumping out underneath the hood. In fact, I noticed when I tested it before, there was a bunch of the washer fluid coming out from underneath the vehicle. All right, all that's left now is just to put the hood liner back on. Alrighty, that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There's a bunch of other great content on not only this vehicle, but our Cadillac XT5 and also a Cadillac SRX as well. So we hope you'll check those out, and we'll see you next time.